Gachiakuta fans cannot be taken seriously. I mean, Gachiakuta is one of the worst fucking manga I've ever experienced. It was so bad that it was just downright fucking hilarious. It couldn't be taken seriously. It's not like Danadon or Kagurabachi where I was just in absolute pain and constantly insulted every time I tried to read chapter after chapter. This is one of those series where I tried to give it a chance, tried to see what the losers were going on about, and I just couldn't help but laugh at how bad everything was in that manga. The artwork just absolutely shitty. The characters can't be taken seriously. One note personality. It was just an absolute mess. The same retired, old, dusty, crusty, uh, recycled battle shonen plotline. Edgy battle shonen plotline that has been reused over and over and over again. And to see the backlash that this series has garnered is crazy to me. I thought this was your masterpiece, Gachiakuta fans, but apparently not good enough because they could not let go of their little shipping. The shippers, getting down and dirty, wet and dirty, going crazy like, oh my god, yes! Oh, I'm gonna pair this character with that character, and they're gonna make out, and they're gonna be happy little couple, man, and they're gonna be a little family, and it's gonna be whoa! I'm gonna ship the characters together. Isn't that great? And Kate Urana is just looking at all the frauds like, oh, ow, no. Ah! Ah! Oh boy! Oh wow! Kate Urana looking at the losers like they have lost their mind. No wonder she wants nothing to do with you clowns. I really don't give a fuck about Kate Urana or any of her works. They have always been garbage. I've always seen her as an edgy loser, trying so hard to appeal to fans that don't give a fuck about her. But the one thing I can say is at least she's standing her ground. At least she's not accepting all this nonsense, all this bullshit from her delusional ass fan base. This is probably one of the saddest things I've seen in the manga and anime community. This is just absolutely fucking horrible. And fandoms have always been crazy. Historically, it has always been crazy, especially in shonen. I mean, these shonen tards cannot let go of shipping characters to save their lives. They want to ship in every little series. Black Clover and Dawn and fucking Demon Slayer and Jujutsu Kaisen and just so many others, Naruto and Bleach. It's just, the shipping just doesn't end, man. My Hero, man, oh man. The shipping just does not stop. This whole culture of shipping characters is just absolutely disgusting. I've never taken anybody seriously that does shipping. If you're a shipper, now let me say that again. If you're a shipper, you are a loser. You're not to be taken seriously. You're not a real fucking manga fan. You're not a real anime fan. And I want nothing to do with you. I don't want to see you nowhere. That's another reason why I don't go to conventions, anymore. Because my God, the shippers all lurk in LARP about in there. They're like, hey man, take a picture of me, man. Take a picture of me. I got my cosplay, and I also brought my partner, and we're dressing up with these characters. Please take a picture of us together. Come on. And I'm like, what the fuck? Oh, no, get your bitch ass the fuck up on out of here. Get away from me, fraud. Get away from me, weirdo. And that's exactly what's going on with the Gachiakuta fans. This is the next stage of delusional shippers that don't actually care about story. They don't actually care about anything else. They just see some characters they like and they want to put them together. If something doesn't go exactly their way, then they start boycotting that series. And, going back to Kate Urana, I just find it so ironic, that all this time, all this praise for this series, and now everyone, at least the delusional fanboys and fangirls, looking at Kate Urana like, oh, fuck Kate Urana, oh, how dare, she revolt against us, oh, how dare she do this in the manga, oh, how dare she, it's just fucking hilarious. And this is what you get for creating a shitty series. When you appeal to the masses, you bring in the casuals, you bring in the weirdos, you bring in the fans that don't actually care about your work. This is why, manga becoming mainstream, well, mostly anime, but also manga. Manga becoming mainstream should have never fucking happened, because let's be honest, a lot of these shonen tards don't fucking read to save their lives, let's be honest, There's a rare breed of manga readers that actually read at all, let alone a fucking shonen, because most people that read shonen, they just skim through it, they're just there for fights, they're there for hype, they're there for the little highlights, they're not actually sitting down and reading it and getting all the details, they're not doing that, and that's why I can't take a lot of them seriously. With seinen, at least, those creators are trying to go above and beyond, they're trying to get to the next level, and it does require you to read more. Shonen doesn't require you to think critically or to actually read in depth. Oh boy, man, it's just absolutely wild. Now, don't get me wrong, there's always exceptional shonen out there, but I'm talking about the mainstream shonen that can't be taken seriously, and Gachiakuta is just another one of those. But yeah, with that being said, this fandom, man, they're just absolutely insane. And it's just hilarious to see this transpire. I hope Kate Urana learned her lesson and decides to just, do something else and not make another fucking shonen. I know you were helping out Soul Eater's creator with Fire Force. I know you were the assistant. You got your little memories or whatever. But I would say in your best interest, stay away from the shonen tards, man. Stay away from the shonen manga readers. They can't be taken seriously. I know it's tempting because those losers will buy fucking anything. You can make a story about anything, proving yet again that it doesn't require any skill or talent to make a fucking shonen. I mean, they really botched your series when it was just about fucking trash. And then, of course, the little losers try to defend it and act like it's more deep than it really is when it's not. We all know that, but leave it to those clowns, they'll say otherwise. So hopefully she'll learn her lesson from this and try to do better next time. And for the fans, I highly doubt they'll change. And yeah. But anyways, Hideyuki here, the Rebelling Rose, and until next time, I'll see you.